How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is another live stream here on Oak Bridge Farms. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. We are rocking and rolling here tonight. Oh boy, has it been an absolute busy week. Oh, and I forgot to close my door. Hold on one second. Gotta close that door. That's better. All right. Like I said, how's everybody doing out there tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Oh, like I said, it has absolutely been a busy week here over, past about 7 to 10 days-ish. Been hitting real hard here on the channel, trying to get as many things done as possible. And so far, it has been going very well. I couldn't be happier with it. But, just been been working on a lot of the farm sim talk, been scheduling a bunch of people, got several scheduled at the moment here. And as a matter of fact, here in a little bit, I'm going to actually go through and kind of list off all the people that are confirmed and scheduled at the moment, which is really awesome because, I mean, I think there's like maybe 6 that are confirmed and scheduled at the moment, going out until the middle of next month. So, wow. I mean, just absolutely wow. That's so absolutely fantastic. Being able to, get this kind of, buy-in and support from everybody else in the community. It's really awesome. What's this? Oh, that's weird. Dropped frame rates detected 25% over the last 2 minutes. Huh. I wonder what's going on there. Well, we'll have to see if something like that continues or if everything is okay. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But let's go ahead and get into Oak Bridge Farms, shall we? Let's go ahead and pop this over. And as you can see, we have quite a bit of equipment over here. We've got a harvesting contract. We got mowing contracts. And we got a bunch of other stuff to do around the main farm. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Let's go ahead and hop into this thing. Got a big corn contract here. As you can see, looking at all the contracts I've accepted up into this point, we have a 28,000, 34,000, and 44,000. A total of over $106,000 in just these contracts alone. That's insane. It's absolutely insane the amount of money that's going to be used on these contracts. So don't worry, I'm on board with it. I am absolutely on board with getting paid a bunch of money for all this work. Let's see. Let's go ahead and set that worker off. And we got a couple of mowing contracts, and these are the big ones. Look at this. Field 23 and 27, these are the big ones. So we're just going to set that worker off, get them rocking and rolling like so. And it doesn't have to be swath or anything like that. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just let the worker do their thing. And there they go. Check that out. Very nice. All right. So now that we've got that rocking and rolling, that's just going to be just doing its own thing. We'll have to babysit the other one. This is what I wanted to come over here and do. So I want to top off all of these pens, all the pens, because you can see here, chicken coop, it's almost full. It's not that far off. Our sheep, they're fine. They're absolutely fine. They got over 70,000 liters in meadow, and they got 16,000 liters in just regular grass. So again, they're fine. But our cows here, this one's almost full up on water. They got a little bit of manure stuck in there as well. Let's see, we got that one's full up on water. They could probably both use a little bit of food, but I want to top this on off. I want to get as much TMR in this one as possible, and the reason being, if we go shuffling over here, way over here, something dawned on me. Check that out. Total mixed ration is almost 1 million liters. We don't need 1 million liters right now. We don't need it, like, at all. And it's one of those where I might as well just go ahead and, utilize it for, something else. In this case, why don't I use it for sale bait? Why don't I use it to sell? Because that's a lot of money sitting right there. And it's made even more because I checked this out beforehand. Look at that. Almost $2,000 per 1,000 liters. So why don't I just go get a big monster of a trailer and just rip through this? I mean, I've got this one here, the Beat Ninja, but this thing isn't going to hold that much. I mean, in all fairness, I might actually go and trade that thing in. And let's see, that thing can hold what? Almost 30,000 liters. If I can get something... see, if we're getting something like this, it'd be absolutely terrible to try and carry around. I mean, that's 70,000 liters, 77,000 liters, and that's just a normal. But this thing's so huge, it's going to be so unwieldy here on this map. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. I think that might even be a really bad idea when all things are said and done. So, like this one here, 52,000 liters. But again, this is going to be... it's going to be pretty unwieldy here. But, I don't know. I don't know. I've got the big I've got that big monster of a Fent. The Fent 1000. Let's see. 56,000. Let's see, that's 90,000. That's way cheaper. Let's see. I think this one will probably be the better of the bets. 52,000 liters. But really, it's only 20 grand more. Is it just worth just making the extra trips? I think it might be worth making the extra trips. Where is the best sell price for this? Allspheres Bales, Cotswolds Exports. So it's Allspheres and Bales. Where is that one at? Where are you on the map? Is it down here? Allsphere Store, Dairy, Bales. Okay, so it's the one over in the corner down by the animal dealer. So, let's see. Where was that again? That's all the way down the southwest corner of the map. All right, well, I guess no time like the present. Go ahead and just slap this thing together and go ahead and just, start making some cash, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm curious how much one trailer is going to get me. You figure this is going to be about 30,000 liters, and it's almost $2,000 per 1,000 liters. So we're going to be making almost 60 grand per trailer load. It's going to be like 50 and change, I think, minus the sell bonus. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Look at this. Almost 1 million liters. I could sell half of that. Half of it. And still be just extremely well off. Extremely well off. I don't know. I think that might be worth it. I think it might be worth it. Let's see. So yeah, 30,000 liters, almost 29.5. Let's see what this will get me. I am currently sitting on over $100,000 in contracts and over 1 million liters in TMR, and I'm still making more. That's what's funny, is I could literally sell everything except for maybe 500,000 liters, having still way more TMR than I could ever imagine selling or using. I mean, this barn here is not going to use up a ton of TMR at all. And at the end of the day, I mean, I'm going to be able to, just rake in the cash hand over fist. I mean, so why not? Let me think. So if my math is mathing at $1,700, it's going to be about 52. 51, 52 for a trailer full. And then the sale bonus for, oh goodness, what is it called? The sale bonus for the thing and the, you know, the thing. The thing. Precision farming bonus. That's the words I'm looking for. And that's actually, you know, relatively decent sized bonus all in of itself. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. It's this one right here. Oh, baby, look at that money roar. Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. How much? How much? Oh, $54,000 in one trailer load. Are you kidding? And almost $6 grand in an environmental score bonus. Wow. TMR. Ka-ching. And what's awesome is that we're taking 3 relatively cheap products. Relatively cheap. Ooh, you know what? When I get back, I'm going to go unload the harvester. Go unload the harvester, and then I'm going to look at all the individual components. I want to see what they're maxing out at the moment, because I doubt this is the case, because essentially what I'm doing is I'm getting all the individual prices, but I'm padding everything out to be essentially 3x the volume, because I'm taking each individual product and getting it into a kind of combined final volume. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how this all rolls out here. So we'll go ahead and come up the hill. All right. All right, so let's turn that off. I need this. I wonder how far this thing got. Got pretty far, it looks like, actually. I'm not a fan of this triple hopper semi-truck, or a trailer. Not a big fan of it. This thing, wow, this thing got really far. Holy smokes, is this thing all the way on the other corner over here? Not really getting a good yield off of this. I hope that doesn't affect me later or something. Oh, wow, there it is. Alright, you know what? Come over here. Get over here. Be like Scorpion. Get over here! Here we go. Oh. There it goes. Corn. Once we finish unloading this, then we can look at the individual prices. I want to see hay, silage, and straw. I want to see the prices that I'm getting for that and see what kind of multiplier I'm getting when everything's said and done. Because I have a feeling that when everything's said and done, I'm going to be getting a pretty decent sized multiplier for all those individual products. Ooh, and... No, no, no. Didn't want you to just take off like that. That pipe is so long. Come on. Come on, come on. Oh, this is like the worst place for me to try and unload this thing. There we go. Now I finally got to stop again. Alright, cool. So now Move right there. Let's see. We got Did Smooth Anti-Tannin Cops says, hi. Smooth, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's see. Let's turn this off. Now let's take a look at our TMR, the components for it, because I'm really curious, because you can see $1,776 per 1,000 liter. That's really good. But if everything else is inflated too, then maybe selling everything at... Oh, goodness gracious, no. Okay, that's all I need to see right there. We go from, what is this? The highest one I see is $203 per 1,000 liters. All of a sudden going to TMR at $1,700. I mean, it's selling $1,800. Like, what is happening here? You know what? Dave, shut up. Just shut up. Stop asking questions. Come on. Why am I not getting a trigger? Please give me a trigger. Yeah. All right. We're going to sell. Davies, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Says, hey, bro. How are you doing today? Smooth says, doing good. Awesome. Glad to hear it. We found the mother load. Look at this. $1,862 over at the Cotswolds Exports. I could go back to All Spheres. I can go to the farm store bales, or I can go to Garden Center. I mean, really, all of these are like within a couple of dollars per 1,000 liters. Where are all of these? The Cotswolds Exports, the one I set up. That's all the way down by the biogas plant. Farm store bales, where are you at? Is that the one right up here? Farm store, general store. Okay, no. Farm store bales. Okay, it's a shop. All right, well, let's go get some money. One trailer full, one, was over 50 grand. I mean, actually, no, let me take that back. With the environmental score bonus, it was over 60 grand. Like, I would be silly not to sell this stuff. And something else I noticed, I'm in the peak of milk prices as well. So, I mean, with all this extra cash I'm going to have on hand, I'm going to just go ahead and not only sell all this product, I'm going to sell the milk, get whatever I can out of that, and I'm going to have so much cash on hand after this. This is going to be nuts. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why it's giving me this price, but it just seems like making TMR on this map is like the money pit, like the, not the money pit, but the money sink. Like, this is awesome. Let's see, back here, this is the bales, right? Yep, bale right there. That's the indication. Bam, dump. Look at that money just going up and up and up. And I've got $100,000 plus in contracts I'm working on now as well. I mean, I'm going to be loaded. 54, almost 55,000 plus a $5,700 environmental score bonus. 60 grand. I made 60 grand in one trailer full. Like, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous prices. Like, I'm tempted to get a big trailer, like some kind of big trailer, maybe like a TARDIS or something, just to prevent me from having to make all these trips. But you know what? Why not? Why am I going to just spend money needlessly? I might as well just... I could buy a new tractor. I could buy a harvester. I could get rid of this one. I've been leasing this thing ever since I first started. I could get... Oh, hello. Got that car there doing Dukes of Hazzard on me. Them Duke boys. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. Oh, another car. Another car. Bob and weave. All right. So, as I was mentioning earlier, been working really hard on the channel and getting people lined up for the Farm Sim Talk series. Let's go ahead and open that. Let's dump that in there while we can. So what I'm working on currently is getting more people on board with the Farm Sim Talk, and especially just getting them lined up and ready for scheduling. And I have 6, count it, 6 confirmed people that are already scheduled and on the docket for a Farm Sim Talk recording. So really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. So in order, we have on Saturday the 28th, I believe is yes, the 28th is Trucker Matsy. So that is going to be at 9:30 p.m. I do believe. Does it tell me on this screen? I don't think it does. Of course it doesn't. Why would they make it simple? Why would YouTube make it simple for us? Then the next one on June the 30th is Fear Night. So that one, again, I believe is at 9:30. Let's confirm. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've got Will T Gaming on July 8th. So a little bit of a gap between, those two there. And that one, again, is going to be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Let's see. Well, let's refresh that because for some reason it's showing me a bunch of stuff I don't need. And then on the 11th, we've got Wranglosaurus Rex. That is going to be on the 11th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. We've got, after that, on the 15th, Ghost Tech Gaming, also known as Ghost Boy Gaming. That one is going to be on the 15th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then lastly, but certainly not least, on the 19th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, we have Texas Ginger Girl gonna be joining us. So really looking forward to all the special guests that we have lined up here for Farm Sim Talk. We've got, again, six individuals who are going to be coming out and joining me for the show, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a load of fun. Several of these people I'm somewhat familiar with and have had interactions with in the past, and others are brand new. Like, I'm completely brand new to their content, to their channels and whatnot. So it's going to be a lot of fun to get to know, especially get to know people that I've never met before, have very little interaction with their channels or anything like that. So getting to learn them and getting to know their story and why they started, who they are, what they do, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So really looking forward to that. But one thing I can say is, and I say it at the end of each of the Farm Sim Talks, is if you have anybody that you would like me to be able to try and get a hold of to bring onto the channel and be a guest on the show, just let me know. Message me, whether it's on Discord, Facebook, anything. Just message me, let me know the people, and if you happen to know a way to get in contact with them, let me know, and I will do my best to line them up, get them in onto the show, and kind of go from there. Like I said, I don't know everybody who is out there. There's quite a bit of content creators, mappers, map makers, modders, whatever the case may be. There's quite a bit of us out there, and yeah, that's wanting to get as many people on board as possible. And like I said, it's not necessarily only limited to like direct connections to the world of Farming Simulator. I've been thinking about it, and I think I want to expand it out to like farmers and stuff like that as well, like people who are actually like in the fields, who are working and doing all this stuff, because without them we wouldn't have Farm Sim. So even though they might not have a connection to the game whatsoever, I'm thinking about expanding it out and seeing if we can get some actual, this is what they do for a living. Oh my goodness. Well, that was no good. Let's make our way around that, shall we? Where am I taking all that to? Oh, am I taking that all the way down? Yeah, I sure am. Taking that all the way down to the all spheres. Oh well, that's fine. So I've got to go and hook back up with the harvester, unload that. Once that's unloaded, then I can keep on making some cash. I mean, look at this. I've already made over 100K in just like, what, 2 trips? That's nuts. Almost 120K. I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. I cannot believe the amount of money that I'm making with this. Let me catch up with the chat here real quick. So, we got, I believe I left off with Davey. Says, yeah, all good. Just finished Alma, Missouri. Nice. That's such a great map. Samuel, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hey, yo, what up, bro? Yo, BDD, what up, bud? I'm sorry for late for the live stream. No, bud, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it whatsoever. We got Samuel also saying, like, subscribe, y'all. I appreciate it. Yes, please. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, do all the things that helps out in the algorithms. It really does. Even just a simple like will help out an absolute ton. So, yes, thank you very much. We got Davey says hi to Sam. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's get back to it. Let's go ahead and, I mean, look at this. We have still 90,000 or 900,000 liters of TMR. It's still being made. Where's the straw? You can see straw still has 200,000 liters, and we've got more than enough hay, more than enough silage to be able to continue to make this. I mean, look at that. It is just chugging and chugging and chugging. So let's get back over. That's full. Let's see. So 21,000 liters already at 41%. So basically, I'm going to be full up after this. All right, let's... Oh, it turned around? Whatever. It's not my field. I'll run through it. I'm going to be a millionaire here in a few minutes, so who cares? If only. If only. There we go. Look at that. So fill up this middle chamber. And then rear chamber. Let's see what this gets me. It's going to be over 80%. If that's the case, I might just run down and empty it out, because all I'm going to get is a partial unload next round anyways. Let's see. Samuel says, crazy full day at Jackson, Mississippi. Well, hopefully you got a lot of stuff accomplished then, if you had a busy day. Oh, turn. There we go. Alright, so am I taking this is all spheres, right? Like, nope. Harvesting, all sphere store. Okay, yep, so that is the one down by the animal dealer. Blah. Well, that's alright. That's alright. Let's just get down to it. Head off in this direction. Well, I really don't need the big map. Ooh, can I get around this bridge corner? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So, yeah, once I get this all unloaded, taken care of, I'm already 50% done with that first mowing contract, and that's an absolutely massive field. You can see 23 there. You know, it's, what, the second biggest grass field? I think the first one is 27. So, that's pretty good. That's going to be like 30 grand once that one's done. The other one's going to be like another 30, 40 grand. All right. There we go. Now, let's get this over to Allsphere. Let's see, can I? No, I've got to go right through. What is that? Oh, that's one of those seed bags. For some reason, just spawning out in the middle of the fields. I think I bumped into it. I moved it out of the way. So I think it was in the middle of that field right off to my right there, and I ended up like, nope, I just want this out of the way. No reason for it to be right in the middle of the road. All right. All right, then coming up here, slow it down, slow. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 All right. How did this happen? How? What? How? 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 Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, this is a big, big problem. Hmm. How did I do that? All right. Well, I've got money now. I might as well spend it, I guess. Might as well get the heaviest bit of equipment I can. Hmm. And then I wonder, ooh, that might be a solution. Is it down here? I think it's in miscellaneous. Maybe. Okay, okay. This is promising. Alright, so hopefully between having one of the heaviest bits of equipment on the game here in this Volvo, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not too terribly sad about this purchase because I'll be able to utilize this all around the map. So it's one of those, whenever I need a bucket or something like that, yeah, this is overkill for most applications on this map, but I think it's going to be all right. I think I'm going to be okay. Let's see. Ooh, let's see. So Samuel says, I've been testful day at work. Ah, man, I'm tired. Yeah, that's what work will do to you. Make you tired and gotta make it through the day. Ugh. I had to work earlier today, and yeah, it was a long day. Long day. Tons of stuff I had to do too. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Probably better cut through the farm. Now, see, what's nice about having this bit of equipment is I'll be able to get a bucket. I've got like a bunch of straw over on the ground next to the well, the thing that's producing all that TMR, and I didn't have a way to pick it up. Well, now I'm gonna have one eventually. I'm hoping this will work. Like I said, this might be overkill, but we'll see. Okay, there's the truck. You can see it way off in the distance. Alright, let's get this. Alright. Hopefully, everything will be okay. So, let's go like this. Alright, rescue mission. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, come on, be free. Alright. How did I manage this? Can I not just get a hold? There we go. Okay. Oh no, oh no, not another set of equipment. No, not two. Please not two. Come on, dig in, dig in, dig in. Alright, come on. There you go. You almost got it. Alright, there we go. Oh man, how... Oh, there we go. There we go. Set it down. Yes. All right. That was a lot of work, but that saved an entire trailer full of product and saved that almost $35,000 contract. Otherwise, I would have been really sad. All right, you're just going to stay there for a second. All right, we are free. I have no idea how that happened. Oh, obviously it was like that. Why can't I turn further? Why am I stuck? Oh, man. Alright, well... what else can I do? How do I get out there? Why am I not turning? Why am I not turning? Can I turn? There we go. Alright. I've got to come up with some creative solutions here. Okay, what if I cut through here? Okay, hold on. If I cut through the farm and then head down south, it's going to be a long way around, but it's better than nothing. And I think on the way back, I'm just going to be taken through the fields because the roads are not built for semi-trucks. They're just not. This is nuts. That's the only thing that kind of bothers me about this map is it makes sense that you get the big equipment for these fields. It really does make sense. But what doesn't make sense is that because of the restrictive sizes of the roads, these big vehicles don't make sense. But it's all based on the size of the field and the harvest that you're getting. Oh my goodness, what happened there? That you're getting all these monster size bits of trailers, harvesters, and all that stuff. It's just, I don't know. To me, it doesn't add up. But I understand why it happens. Like, it's not that I don't understand, it's I just wish there was something that could be done about it. Because this map, like, borrowing the equipment for contracts, this is what it leads to. Is just absolute absurdity and chaos. And here we are on the back roads of Oak Bridge, just trying to find a way to get the Allsphere. And I think if I cut through this field here and link up with the main road down south, there we go. Let's see. I think Samuel says, I'm new jobs training, test full day at Jackson, Miss. I gotcha. Well, that's cool. Hopefully you enjoyed it, being on the job and all that stuff. That's awesome. Ken, how's it going, Ken? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. What up, people? What up, Ken? Samuel says, help me on none of your friends own this game. Search for players, enter the name or online. So you can, if I'm understanding what you're saying, you're trying to play online, and if that's the case and you don't have friends that own it, you can potentially find some servers and people that are playing on open servers, and stuff like that. Now they may, say, hey, we got certain rules and all this stuff, restrictions and all that stuff, but you just gotta kind of go online and take a look to see what servers are open and which ones you can just kind of hop in and out of. Let's see. Now made it down here, finally. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah, because back there is the dairy. Oh, you know what? Okay, this will be the only trailer load that I take to the sell point. From now on, I've got to unload at a silo somewhere. Now, the reason that is if I'm dumping like I'm doing right now, and I'm just harvesting, loading, dumping, harvesting, loading, dumping. Eventually, I'm going to get to a point to where I can't harvest anymore, and I'm going to leave a ton of product out in the field. So yeah, this contract may be what, 30 grand or something like that. Yeah, it's almost 28 and change minus the $1,200, almost 1,300 in leasing cost. But I'm going to leave so much product on the table, and it's just going to be wasted time and effort at that point. So yeah, that's what I got to do. Samuel says PlayStation 5. So yeah, same thing. Just go online and you should be able to see if the server is open or not. I think it's a picture of a padlock or something on it, and the padlock will be open or closed, and that'll kind of determine whether or not you can hop in and join. Let's see. But just try and find those ones that are open, and see if the people are on there, or wanting additional people and all that stuff. So this is gonna be up to search around, see what you can find. Yeah, see, this is what I'm gonna do from now on. I'm not gonna bother just trying to cut through the main roads and all that stuff, because wow, that was brutal. Trying to negotiate these. Whoa. Okay. Those phantom collisions in the in the bushes here that can knock apart a semi, apparently. Oh, just bash right through it. Just go. Let's see. Ken says, BDD, have you got the Fiat truck installed? It might work on Oak Ridge. I don't have it installed, but you're right. It might work for this one. Because you can see just how much extra space this semi-truck takes up because of where the hitching point is. Alright, here we go. I mean, look at this. You've got a country mile between the trailer and the truck, and the trailer doesn't even turn a full, you know, like the full arch, like the full span. Alright, let's get this all unloaded. Yeah, see, look at that. First contract for mowing's almost done. We've been goofing around for so long. Just trying to get the product over there. Ay, ay, ay. I don't get it. Don't get it. There we go. Contract finished. Nice. Let's get this unloaded, and then we're going to boogie over to move the mowing contract. There we go. Alright. There we go. Now all we gotta do is run this right across, literally across the street. Just like this. Literally. Do. And boop. Just like that. Alright, so now that I officially have this set of equipment, you know what? This really is overkill. I don't need this. A nice telehandler would be so much better around here. It'd be so much better. Yeah, man. You know, this thing is still so new that if I sold it back, I'm still going to make most of my money. It'll be comparable to a leasing cost. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. I'd save so much money. This is frivolity right here. Alright. Let's get this back over to shop. Yeah, and we'll just get us a nice little telehandler. Ooh, you know what? They got that John Deere base game with the 3-point link in the back. Maybe I'll get one of them. Maybe I'll get that. I think I've got that loaded. I'm pretty sure I do. Alright, there we go. So, once I get down there, I'll just sell this off, get me a nice little telehandler. I'll save a few $100,000, because I think this is almost like 400 grand. Even the most expensive telehandler, I think like 150 or so, if I remember right. Let's see. Let me get down there, sell this off, and then I'll take a look at the chat there and see what everyone's saying up until this point. This is a nice set of equipment, though. This is nice. I do like it. But I don't need it. A nice telehandler will do just fine around here. Okay, just like that. And... okay, repair for $3. Yeah, see? 345,000. I can get a telehandler. That'll be a good one. Yeah, see? 95,000. $95,000. What is that? 145. The Merlot's 170. That'll be fine. And let's see. Detective grid, no. Beacons, warning triangle. Attachers, trailer. 3-point. There we go. Yeah. I think that'll work just fine. Oh, yeah. Much better. Much, much better. And then let's get a bucket. But municipal shovel. This actually reminds me. Tip anywhere, yes. I'll pick up a pallet fork later too. But this reminds me of the map tour I did here recently over on, oh goodness, of course I'm going to blank on it now. I stayed up until like 3 in the morning getting it done last night. Shamburgo, that's what it was called. For those who, like me, think that they knew what Shamburgo was, it's Shamburg Valley from FS19. I spaced so hard on that name. All right, let me catch up with the chat. So we've got Ken says, BDD, have you... No, I read that one already. Samuel says, UBDD is search for players enter a name or online ID. Are you saying that you're trying to join this game here? Is that what I'm understanding there, Samuel? Let's see. Ken says, try BDD Gaming 1. Luke, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hi, BDD. Hi there, Luke. Ken says, Luke. Samuel says, UBDD is search for players, enter a name or online. So, Samuel, what I do is I don't do sorry, I just got a text and I don't know if I want to read it. It was definitely interesting. What was I saying? If I'm understanding what you're saying, the game is actually locked for tier 3 members. So the people that can come in and play are the people who are the tier 3 members for the channel. If I'm understanding you correctly. Luke says hi to Ken, and we got Samuel says photo. I don't know if I have a photo on mine or not. I'm not certain. What is this? 26? Yeah, that's fine. All right. So let's do this. I have a feeling Will would be so pleased with me right now. You picked a John Deere! Yay! He would be proud. Somewhere Will would be proud of me. Oh my goodness. Alright, so... Actually, pretty cool little telehandler. Now I'm hoping that I'll be able to... More Dukes of Hazzard cars coming in my way. Oh, think thin. I don't necessarily need the municipal bucket right this second, but I'm hoping that if this thing ever is needed for something down the road, then it'll come in handy. It'll be useful then. I wonder if... that might be something worth trying, because there's those seed bags and whatnot, right, that are kind of strewn about the game. I wonder if I have this municipal bucket that can pick up from anywhere, I wonder if this thing will actually pick up the seeds from the bag on property that I don't own or not. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm guessing at that one. Alright, so I've got all this right here. Oh, that's TMR. Okay. Well, what is this at? 90? Alright, well. Let's see. Ken with an LOL. Samuel says BDD Gaming. I think it's BDD Gaming 1. But I'm not sure off the top of my head there, Samuel. Not sure whatsoever. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Alright, let's get this unloaded. Like I said, instead of taking this out to the sell point that they want me to take this to. I'm going to instead take this to my silo. I think my silo will take corn, and if that's the case, then I will just load and unload from there rather than going all the way across the map. I mean, my silo is almost directly behind me, off in that direction there, just over the hill. And that way I can collect all the stuff off of this field, all the corn, and I'm not going to miss anything. Let's see. Wait till it's full. Come on. So many literage. Alright, you know what? That's fine. Close enough. Close enough. Now that's something else I can buy too, is I can buy a belt system that I've been kind of using. Because what I've been doing, because of how the silo works on the farm, is that it's inside the bay of a garage. And instead of backing up and doing all that stuff, especially when I've got big vehicles like this, all I do is I dump it in front of the belt, and the belt will then pick it up and throw it into the silo. Well, now I get to kind of utilize it, so I'm looking forward to that. I've had that thing leased for a while, but I can sell that off now and be able to buy like my own. What is going on? Why am I not turning? Like, I just got to a point where I just stopped turning. This is getting really annoying. And now I'm gonna get slowed down by these ruts. Look at this. Like, I'm just like, come on, turn, turn, turn. What is going on with this stupid truck? What is happening here? Oh my goodness. This truck is about to get fired. Look at this. My wheels are turned. Like, it's not me. I swear it's not me. I don't know what's going on. Alright, alright. This will take corn, right? Please tell me this will take corn. Oh, please. Please, please, please. I will be so sad. Corn, 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 corn. Where, oh, where is the corn gone? Oh, where could it be? Corn, corn. There it is. Okay. Maybe. I'm pretty sure it'll take it. Alright, let's try it. And... okay. Yes. Okay, cool. It's taking the corn from inside the trailer. Dumping it out on the floor. Nope. Alright, there. Now it's taking it. Alright, cool. So now we got a winner. Let's see. Ken says, yep, big rigs are definitely not made for Oak Bridge. Yeah, 100%. It's driving me up a wall. You know what? Fired. It's fired. At this point, you can go right there. And instead of doing 100 bajillion back and forths with this thing, let's go and sell this trailer full. And then we'll get a TARDIS. We'll just lease a TARDIS, or a Colossus trailer, something with a good amount of capacity, just to rip through this contract, because this is nuts. And that way I don't have to make a bajillion back and forth trips, you know, just with this one trailer and all that stuff. I can just make it all in one trip. I'm not going to sell this one. I'm not going to buy the Colossus trailer, the TARDIS, whatever. I'm just going to lease it out real fast to be able to get through the rest of the contract and, you know, sell off a bunch of the TMR. Maybe get like 500K worth of TMR and just rip through it real fast. That'd be cool to see. All that TMR just getting sold off all at once. I don't think I've ever had that much. Let's see. Let's get this here. All right, dump this out. Ah, nice. Bam. $300,000. All right. So this is what we're doing. Yes. I think this is going to be the right way to go about it. Instead of just constantly running into headaches with that silly semi-truck for this map. All right, we're going to park this right here. Let's go ahead. All right. Let's see. You know what? Big shout out to Chris and Riley S. 5 million liters. I don't need anything fancy. Lease it out. $1,000. Big, huge, tremendous shout out to both of them, because this is wonderful. Okay. I just gotta see this. I gotta see the gnarly amount of money that's going to be generated with 500K worth of TMR. That's what we're going to grab. We're going to grab 500,000 liters of TMR and just sell it all at once. This is going to be nuts. This is going to be crazy. I don't understand why the TMR is selling for so high on this map. It's almost like $1,800 per 1,000 liters. It's nearly $2,000 per 1,000 liters. I mean, that's not a normal price. I'm gonna take it with a smile on my face. All right, here we go. All right, stop right there. All right, let's see. Yeah, 900. So I'm going to take literally 500K. That's what I'm going to load into here. Let's see. BDD Gaming's photo Superman? No. No, that's definitely not me, bud. Yeah, like I said, I honestly have no clue. I don't even think I may have set a photo for it on the game. So yeah, I have no idea. Jonah, how's it going, Jonah? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So sorry, like this one. I think it's supposed to be. I'm late for this one. Just got into my hotel room. No worries there, bud. No worries whatsoever. Hope you had a safe flight. Nothing too intense happened while you were in the air. Yep, sorry I'm late. I knew it. I just got to my hotel room. No worries there, bud. No worries. Hopefully you're doing good and had a good, safe flight. We are getting ready to sell off 500,000 liters of TMR here. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. This is nuts. Absolutely, like, berserk, bonkers. Look at this. We're almost at 200,000 liters of TMR, and we still got tons of TMR after all this. Like, I don't get it. Look at this. Look at, I mean, drop this down here. Where's TMR? Where are you? Look at that. Cotswold export is now the highest. All spheres. I mean, you're talking what? $5 cheaper per 1,000 liters. I mean, honestly, for that price though, I might run over to the exports just to get. I mean, I'm gonna have $5,000 or 500,000 liters at $5 extra per 1,000 liters. That's what, 5 times. That's 5. Oh my goodness, math. I need math. So 500,000 liters. That's 500 times. That's an extra $2,500 just by going to the other store. That might be worth it. That might be worth it. We're still filling this thing up. It's only up to 350,000 liters. Oh my goodness. This is why we've been working so hard. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Ken says, Jonah, are tar sealing again? I don't know what that means there, Ken. Tar sealing. Let's see. Samuel says, I think BDD Gaming won. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But I don't know off the top. Let's see. All right, we're almost there. Almost there. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be berserk. I've never sold this much before. But we're still gonna have so much left over. That's what's funny about all this, is that we still have grass, over 900,000 liters of grass that's getting converted into hay and silage. That hay, silage, and straw that you see there, 1.4 million liters of both of those, plus 200,000 liters of straw is getting converted into TMR. So all that is just, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So now, let's get this over, because, oh my goodness. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait. So, hold on. My math. I need math. I need more math. So, that's 500,000 is 500 1,000s. So 500 times 1,700 and let's say $50, because I don't remember how much it was again. $875,000 plus the environmental score bonus. So that's gonna be the wild card of how much that's gonna be. This is gonna be nuts. 875,000. That's like a minimum. A minimum. I'm just gonna go back over here. I decided like last second. It's like $5. Like couple thousand extra dollars is not gonna be in the grand scheme to go all that way. I can go right here and just get this done. All right, let's see. Let's see. Ka-ching! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at that! Wow! That was almost $1 million! It's $99,000 in environmental score rewards. That was over $1 million right there. $1 million in TMR. What just happened? I'm so confused, but I'm so on board with it. I'm so on board with it. Holy smokes. You know what's funny is we've been working so hard on this map for so long. This is the 19th live stream on this map by itself. And what's absolutely hysterical to me is that right there would have paid off all the debt in one transaction. All the loan money that we start out with, because we started with $1 million debt. Now, we already paid off the $1 million debt, plus we have now an additional $1.3 million. Whoa, hey, oh no, please tell me I didn't just run into the... Okay, hold on, hold. You know what? I've got $1.3 million. Even if I crush some of my crops there, I don't care. I don't care. Wow, I can buy a new tractor. I can buy, like, I've had this thing leased for like a year in game. Because I think I've been on for over a year. So it would have been a year in August, September, October. So a year and 2 months. Wow. All right, let's go empty out the harvester. After I empty out the harvester, I'm going to then turn around and go back to the silo, because then I can just get all the corn and put it in here. I don't need this silo. I don't need to make the additional trips. And look at that. We're already almost 50% with the other contract, the mowing contract. And that's the big one. That's the big field. That's just been chugging away in the background this whole time. Oh my goodness. I said 875,000. It was well over that. It was almost a million just by itself. Like, how much is in that fermenting silo? Additional $400,000 or 400,000 liters. That it would be another almost $1 million. I'm half tempted just to take that out and just get another $1 million. I'd still have well over 200,000 liters of TMR, even if I purged. And I've got that TMR on the ground too. That, you know what? Hold on. So I got this TMR here. I might as well try and fill up using this. All right. Let's see, how much do these cows need? Not much. This is a nice little telehandler. That's the only thing I don't like about these kind of buckets, are the ones with the push plane on them. So it just moves the stuff you're trying to pick up further down the line. But whatever, it's fine. The cows are going to be full and happy. 1.3 million liters. Just boom, like that. Like I said, I'm highly contemplating just selling all this. What do you all think? Leave down your thoughts in the comments. Should I go ahead and sell off the rest of that TMR that I've got made, and then use it for, you know, general funds purposes, and then just continue to make more? Oh, no. Don't do that. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up the 2 calf pens. Let's do that real fast. Alright, let's see what they're doing. Oh. And then let's pick up this little bit right here. Ooh. Are both of those full? Oh, the total capacity is, but not the TMR. I got it. I got it. Alright, cool. Let's see. Jonas says, sell half of it, keep the other half in case of an emergency. Well, see, that's what I was thinking too, is like maybe I should hang on to some. That's why I only took the 400,000. But the reason I'm thinking of, well, maybe I ought to just sell it all is because I'm still producing a whole bunch. Like, at minimum, you can see I have 200,000 liters of straw. I've got so much silage and hay that I'm going to be restricted by the straw, right? And that's 200,000 minimum that I'm going to be getting from that process. And I'm taking, what is it? Oops, down here. This recipe here. So 15 hay, 15 silage, and 1,000 straw for 4,000 liters of TMR. So, I mean, it's one of those, like, I'm not going to use even 200,000 liters of TMR. I don't think. Could I be wrong? Of course. I mean, that's been known to happen from time to time. But I would really think that I would not be able to use that. And even, you know what? And even still, you know, that's actually another good point. Because check this out. This is all ready to harvest. All this grass, which I could then dump in and make more. Huh. Ooh. Man. Oh, what do I do? Let's see. Samuel says, next month, July 4th, show fireworks at downtown Vicksburg in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Nice. That'll be a lot of fun. Go check out the fireworks display. I'm curious, now that I'm in my new location here, how the local neighborhood is going to handle, you know, fireworks and all that stuff. Because in my old neighborhood, my poor dogs absolutely hated it. I couldn't even take them out to go to the restroom. They got so ridiculous in the amount of fireworks that was being shot up. Like, people loved seeing their money go boom over in my old neighborhood. And again, I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy it, because yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see fireworks. But one of those when you come home and you see your dog just cowering in the corner, you know, because, you know, all the loud noises, it gets old after a little bit. Alright, we're going to park this in here. Okay. How's that? Yep, that's chugging along. Perfect. This is going to... Yeah, look at that. Alright, so... Let's see. 27,000 liters of food. Milk, 6,000. Yeah, that's also at the high point, so we got to sell that. Yeah, we got so much stuff to do. So much stuff to do here. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. let's see, we're at 88%. Let's go ahead and unload that. Yeah, I think we're going to be getting a brand new tractor. We're going to be getting a whole bunch of implements. That's the thing, is if I sell off another 400,000 liters of product, that means that we're going to be able to have so much cash on hand that basically we'll have all the equipment that we need moving forward. Alright, empty this out, and then I'm going to boogie back to the silo and empty that of the corn as well. And then we can just do one quick trip over to the Allspheres, sell everything. Yeah, look at that. That's all done. All right, run. No, get out. Don't hit me. Don't do it. Okay, so grab the 30, I think it was like 30, 40,000 liters that was over at the farm. Come back here. Let them continue working. The other mowing contract's at 70%, so that's getting close to done. I'll be able to cash out on the... Actually, wait, do I want to cash out or do I have any other mowing? $950. Ooh. Listen to me being all nonchalant about, you know, extra money. It's like, oh, it's only this amount of money. It's like, yeah. I would have tripped over myself getting that extra 950 bucks just a few minutes ago. All right, here we go. Corn, 42,000 liters. Pop that in there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm so stoked. I'm so excited now. There we go. All right, so all the corn out of the silo there. Oops, don't do that. No, will you stop it with the traffic? That's fine. It's fine. You didn't see anything. I didn't just wrap my trailer around a fence. It's probably older than my farm. All right, here we go. All right, where... All right, so that's just going to chug away there. All right, perfect. So not too much further to go. Let's see. Luke says, cheers to you, Dave. All right, I appreciate it. All right, so let's do that. All right. So like I was mentioning before, I'm going to go ahead and repeat it probably a couple of times here tonight because really excited about how things are going here for the channel. But we've got quite a few people here on board with Farm Sim Talk. If you like Farm Sim Talk, if you like the interview show that I've been doing here with other creators in the Farm Sim space, there's going to be a ton coming around the corner here. Got 6 of them scheduled out right now with individuals going into the future. So again, we got Trucker Matsy on the 28th, Fear Night on the 30th, we got Will T Gaming on the 8th of July, we got Wranglosaurus Rex on the 11th, Ghost Tech Gaming, also known as Ghost Boy Gaming, on the 15th, and Texas Ginger Girl on the 19th of July. So really looking forward to having them all on the show here to be able to talk to them, interview them, and find out a bit more about them. That's going to be so much fun. Really looking forward to it. Let's see. Luke says, I took a drink at the same time you did. Well, Cheers to you, Luke. Now the comment makes sense. Oh, let's see. Jonah says, make sure you smash that like button so hard it breaks. Oh, yeah. Yes. Show that like button who's boss. Oh, my goodness. Good stuff. All right, let's see what we're doing here. We got 50%. All right, that's good. 80% here. We still got a little ways to go. Still got a little ways. I'm still trying to decide if I want to basically get another $1 million just by taking this stuff over here. Because look at this. I mean, we might get another 500,000 liters of total mixed ration before these contracts are up by the time my trailer's freed, and get another $1 million right off the rip. Then we'd be able to do a ton of stuff. I mean, just the simple fact is being able to get all of the equipment that we're going to need going into the future. Getting 1 or 2 tractors, like really good tractors. I mean, I could really get them right now, as a matter of fact. Why am I sitting here waiting? Well, number one, let's replace this, the leased Fendt with a real one, at least one that we own. Of course, we've got to get the monster engine at 517 horses. Let's get some nice wheel weights. Let's make, you know what? Black Beauty. Now you're cooking. Look at that. Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. You know, we'll get the Pro Compact. No. Do I want the Pro Compact? This only works during the daytime. That's the only bad thing about this. Let's see. The Isera Pro Compact detects real nitrogen demand in your crops while driving with the sensor over your fields. You'll get more precise information of the nitrogen that needs to be required. With this information, fertilization will be more accurate when the results in a higher yield compared to... I need to pause the stream real quick. I'll be right back. Something's going on. All right, BDD, the big spider hunter, has returned. Sorry about that. Apparently there was a monster of a spider in the other room, and my wife was not going to tangle with it herself. So I just basically smushed it and moved on with my day. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Jonas says, nope, I read that already. Samuel says, I'm ready. NFL and NCAA college football season is back 2025. That's awesome. I'm going to go with this. I like it. Even with the Pro Compact, it does say can only be used during the daytime, which is fine. I don't do a lot of nighttime stuff for recording purposes. But... let's see. But now I can bring my trailer back. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty right there. I'll be able to return the leased equipment, which that is nice. All right, let's get this back to the farm. After we get this back to the farm, then we can start moving on with making additional decisions. I mean, that one tractor set me back quite a bit, and now I'm down to $893,000. It's a good tractor though. I cannot be too upset. Oh, come on now. It's like this game knows, hey, Dave's coming down the road, send all the cars. All the cars. Oh, hey, he needs to get back unaccosted. Nope. Here's another car. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and just park this. Over here. Perfect. And then turn that off. Now let's take a look at what equipment I have. Okay, so that's the leased one. That's mine. I've got the GEA now. This is leased as well, so I should replace that. I've got the tanker, the John Deere, the trailer. I forgot I had that. Lizard 12 MT, the trailer, the jackhammer. Where is that located? I've got it here on the farm. I think it's on the back of the trailer. That's right. Okay, that's out in the middle of the field. The Magsy bucket. Probably get rid of this thing. I don't need that. Do I? I don't know. That does attach to the 3-point link. That's fine. Let's see. Oh, hey. Jonah says, wait, you killed a spider? That was my pet. How could you? Jonah. Well, the problem is that it was hanging out over by my kids' toys. So once the missus gave the orders to kill, I had to. There's just no coming back from that. And it was a big spider too. It's we get those wolf spiders down here. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly looking thing. So I just went and grabbed a shoe and whack. Quick and painless. All right, let's get this unloaded. Let's see. Samuel says, ready next month for July fireworks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said, watching fireworks is a lot of fun. I just don't like seeing my dogs freak out over them. And the one dog, I don't know if you can actually see her in camera here. Yeah, you can kind of see her right back here, the big one here. The little guy is just behind her right over here. But she is the biggest of babies. The biggest. Any kind of boom or loud noise, she is just not having it. Not having it whatsoever. You know, so one of those where... And the worst part about it is that she's a climber. She will sit there and legitimately start climbing on anything to get like either behind something, on top of something, whatever. So I'll give you a perfect example, and I felt terrible for this, but we had gone out one evening, and this was weeks, actually probably a solid month and a half after the 4th of July, and people were still shooting off fireworks. The sun would start going down, and then all of a sudden it just a couple of the mortars would go boom, and she'd go cowering off. Well, at the time, I had left the sliding door to the laundry room just open, just a little bit, just a smidge. She had taken her paw and batted it open, and then what she ended up doing is she climbed up, trying to get on top of the washer and dryer,
so she could slip back behind the washer and dryer because it was like a tight little space. And she climbed up on there, but as she was climbing up, she had used a old computer tower that I had in the laundry room, and I'd just been saving it there because I wanted to get to the hard drive to be able to wipe it. And I just hadn't had the time to do it up until that point. Well, she had gotten on top of that, and she had gotten a toenail inside of one of the grates. It was just a fan exhaust on the very top of the unit. Got her toenail stuck in there, and then had like broken it off inside of the thing there. So when we got home, I mean, she was just, it was a mess. It was like a horror scene. There was like blood everywhere. She's just sitting there quivering all over the place. I felt so terrible for her. You know, I had to get her because she squeezed herself into a little corner to feel some semblance of safety. I had to get her out of there. There was a little like pool of blood where she just kind of, you know, had her paw just kind of hanging out there. And after I'd seen this, come home to this horror show, I'd wrapped up her paw and, you know, cleaned out the wound and all that stuff. But I just felt so terrible for her. You know, like I said, I think we were just out and about going shopping and getting stuff for, I think it was grocery shopping. And we got back and came back to that absolute horror show, and I just felt so terrible for her. Like I said, any little thing, any noise, boom, or anything like that, she just is a complete mess, a complete and utter mess. And she's so darn old too that, you know, I'm worried that one of these days she's going to get so worked up that it's not going to be pretty. Let's see. Benji, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. This is Nanu Nanu with a bunch of the emojis there. Jonah says he was getting your house ready for Halloween in a couple of months or early. Benji says hey to Jonah. Jonah says to Benji. And Samuel says the dog's name is. So she is Sunshine. Again, I'll poking her head up. She heard some noise back there. And the little guy who, let me see if I can slide out of the way. Oops. You can see him right there. That is Jack. Jetty boy. Where's your jetty boy? Oh, there it is. There's your boy. There's your boy. There you go. You can see him. There he is. He's such a good boy. Now let's go back to. Yep. So those are our two little doggos. If I sat there and called Sunshine, she's a hound and she's a stubborn one to boot. So if I were to call her right now, she'd just basically look at me and just like, what? What do you want? It's like, if you're not coming over here to rub my belly, then I don't want nothing to do with you. I tell you what though, there are times she drives me up a wall. I love my dogs to death. I absolutely adore them. But she doesn't listen at all. She is terrible at listening. So the story behind her, well, I'll tell you the story about Jack first. So he's a simpler story. Jack is actually my wife's grandfather's dog, and he passed away several years ago. And basically, the family came to us because they knew we had dogs at the time. We had two. I think we had two at the time. And they're like, hey, you know, you like dogs, you know. Talking to my wife, she's like, you know, Grandpa died here recently and, you know, left his dog behind. Do you want a dog? And my wife comes to me and she's like, oh, he has nowhere else to go and all this stuff. I'm like, no, I don't want 3 dogs. And she's like, come on, like if we don't take him, then nobody else will, and he'll be all by himself, and they'll have to put him up for adoption. Da 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 da. So she's just, you know, tug on the heartstring, tug. You know, as much as she possibly can. And I knew, I knew right away that the answer no was not going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen. But I had to put up the good fight, kind of thing. And yeah, eventually we got him. And it was fine. With, 3 dogs, he was extremely standoffish. Like, he wanted nothing to do with anybody when he first came here, because the only person he was around his whole life was her grandfather. And her grandfather was just another heartbeat in the home kind of thing. Outside of feeding them like table scraps and stuff like that, they weren't like completely bonded or anything like that. They basically just kind of coexisted in the home. But then she came around several years ago, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and at the time, my sister-in-law was living with us, and I guess she had worked up the nerve to talk to my wife about, because when she was living with us, she's like, I really want, another heartbeat in the room and all that stuff. Would it be okay if I got a dog? And she was kind of talking about this with my wife on the side, and then, my wife's like, well, you're gonna have to convince Dave of that. And me, I'm not opposed to dogs. I love dogs. And she's like, Dave, would it be okay if I went and got a dog and whatnot? I'm like, yeah, but let's kind of, run us through, the kind of dog that you plan on getting, all this stuff. Like, don't, we're gonna have to, make sure that your dog is then compatible with our dogs. Like, if you bring home a dog like that's gonna try to attack our dogs, 24/7, that's not gonna work, kind of thing. So we're gonna have to, be smart about this, and we'll have to figure it out and go from there, kind of thing. And what I didn't know at the time is that she had already been working in the background to adopt her. So I had no idea. She had already gone to the local, I think it was like the ASPCA or one of the adoption shelters around, and was, basically checking her out without telling either my wife or I. And I'm like, yeah, as long as, they're friendly, they're not going to be a burden on us or anything like that, then, and it's not going to be an inconvenience for my dogs, because this is, their home first, kind of thing, and it'll be your dog's home if they fit, kind of thing. She's like, oh, yeah, no, that makes sense, that's fine. Well, then, the next day, literally the next day, boom, she shows up, and there's Sunshine with her. And I was out and about at the time when she had gotten home, so I came home, and all of a sudden there's another dog in my house. And I'm like, excuse me, where did this one come from? And my sister-in-law comes over, oh, that's my dog, and all this stuff. I went and got her today. I got her from the pound. And I'm like, huh? We were just talking like all about the premises and stuff like that. I didn't know that you had like anything lined up already. It's like, yeah, I just went to the ASPCA and there she was, and I liked her, so there we go. You said it was okay, and it's like, no, I did. I just didn't realize that you were gonna, then give me a day's notice. Not even a day's notice, like not even 24 hours of notice. So yeah, needless to say, I was rather interested. What is that? What? What is going on here? Let me know, y'all. Is the stream kind of buffering and stuff like that? Is it not like going smoothly? What's going on here? Not receiving enough is what is going on? Let me run a speed test real quick, because that's not something that's happened before. Oops. It is buffering. Huh. That is weird. I wonder... Did it set some stuff in front of it, maybe? Oh no, my internet's just garbage tonight. What's going on there? Alright, here, let me see if I can adjust something on the fly. Let's see, Ken says more like lag. Okay. Alright, hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can tweak some things. Okay. Alright, I'm not sure if that's gonna fix it or not. Here's hoping. Let's see something again real quick here. Think it ended. That's weird. Definitely shouldn't have done that. Huh. See, Jonas says I'm still here and still watching. Let's see.
Ronnie Johansson has become a member.
Ronnie, thank you so much for becoming a Tier 1 member. Greatly appreciate it. Live stream is back. Okay. Alright, cool. Here, let's do that there. Stream software to go live. Okay, let's turn this just to make sure. I'm here watching. Okay, I'm seeing it up on my end, so okay. I think we're all right. Awesome. You're welcome, buddy. Ronnie, thank you. All right, we're having some technical difficulties here, but I think we're okay at the moment. So let's go ahead and move forward. I'm thinking I might be having some kind of internet hiccup or something, but I'm not 100% certain. But we'll see. Hopefully it's going to sort itself out. Let's go ahead and get this contract all sorted out, though. Let's see. We got another 9,500 liters here. And then we're going to have a big old question to answer at that point. Do we move forward with selling the rest of that TMR? I'm kind of leaning towards it at this point. There we go. Oops. There you go. Spit it in there. Let's see. So Ronnie, how you doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. We got, let's see, crazy live stream. He went off. Came on BDD. You gotta get on the McDonald's internet. I gotta get off that McDonald's internet. I gotta get something. I don't know what happened there. That was very odd. Never had that happen before. Let's turn that off. All right. Let's go complete this contract. Oh, you know what? We can complete the other two contracts too. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Over $70,000, almost $80,000 in contracts right there. We're almost back up to $1 million. And then once we complete this, we'll probably be over $1 million with just this contract right here. Just with the overage of this contract. Really. Now I'm kind of thinking about it. Let's see. Where am I? Okay. I know where I'm at. Okay. So yeah, let's go complete this contract. We will... I guess we'll then just start buying stuff for the farm. I mean, let's start buying equipment. Well, actually, no. I take that back. We'll get the... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell. I could really use the money. I could really use a good bankroll because we can get all the various equipment that we need. Really, we might even consider expanding the farm. Maybe? Get some more property? Get some more product in the ground? That might not be a bad idea. Because right now all we got is canola. We could expand it out and get some of the neighboring property. Get something planted. Maybe. Might be good. Let's see. Live stream is back. Live stream out or in. I think it's back. I think it's back in. I'm seeing it on my end. It looks good on my end. If you're having issues, just refresh your like back out, come back in.
CS Benji 2020 has become a member. Technical difficulties. Cool face emoji.
Oh my goodness! Did I seriously? I went the wrong way. I'm a goof. Oh my goodness. Alright, you know what? Fine. I can't believe I did that. Benji being a 3-month member. Thank you so much, Benji. I think I... Blah, 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 blah. Not only are we having technical difficulties, I'm having brain difficulties, apparently. I appreciate you, Benji. Thank you so very much. Greatly appreciate it. Oh my goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Let's just get this... Oh my, oh my, oh my. See, I'm looking at the map here. I've got to expand it out. I mean, I could purchase field number 7, number 6, maybe depending on what's in there. If there's something good in there, maybe I can just kind of take it over. What's all in there? What are you? Barley and growing, no data. So both of these are barley? I think I have barley in my silo already, don't I? Oh man. Hurry, 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 hurry. I'm still driving. I probably ran into a tree by now. Yeah, barley. Oh, cool. I didn't run into a tree. Look at me go! Alright, so go sell this off, see what we get as a remainder, and then we'll complete the contract. We'll be back over $1 million again. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Dump this out. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Dump. Oh, $6 grand. Okay. And now, $1 million once again. Gotta love that. Got to love that.
Ralph Fanning Jonah donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Well, at least you didn't end up on someone's roof.
Jonah with a $1.99 Super Chat. Jonah, thank you so very, very much. Greatly appreciate it. Said, well, at least you didn't end up on somebody's roof. This is very, very true. I did not end up on somebody's roof. I will, with pride, say that that did not happen. Alright, so what do you say, y'all? What do you say we see $2 million up in that top right hand corner? I think that'll be cool. Let's get that over there. And then we'll be able to really start opening up the taps. All right, here we go. $438,000 liters. All right, so yeah, we still have 195,000 liters of straw, so that's going to just keep chugging and chugging and chugging away until I run out of straw completely. Then once I run out of straw, then I'll just have a bunch of TMR left over, and whatever I have left over is going to be my stronghold. That's going to be what I hang on to. Let's see. I want to see 3. Jonah says, you know what? If I had enough product there, Jonah, I would get you to 3, but you might have to settle with 2 for right now. Just saying. Let's see. It does look like things are starting to settle back down on the stream there. So let me know if anybody's still having any issues or anything like that. I do believe that things have kind of sorted themselves out as best as I can tell. I'm not seeing any kind of major buffering or skipping or anything like that. So hopefully what I did fixed it, and hopefully I didn't break it. We'll see. Like I said before, if you haven't already, hit that like button, please. It helps out so very, very... Oh, only $3. Well, after my spending spree, then I might get us there. But, like I said, if you haven't yet, please hit that like button. It helps an absolute ton in pushing us out into the algorithms. I mean, it's amazing how that little button can affect so many different things. So again, I greatly appreciate if you'll take the 2 seconds it'll take to hit it. Man, really looking forward to all the stuff. I mentioned this several times now, but I'm gonna mention it one more time. Farm Sim Talk. We've got a bunch of guests lined up for the future, going into the next couple of weeks. Actually, going into mid-July. Got some that are booked until then. Again, we got Trucker Matsy, got Fear Night, Will T Gaming, Wranglosaurus Rex, Ghost Tech Gaming, and Texas Ginger Girl. All 6 of them will be on their own various Farm Sim Talks going into the future here. Really looking forward to it, because yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on around here. Let's see, 300,000 already. All right, well, while that's filling up, why don't I go ahead and give out some shout outs, because we got to do all that stuff. So let's go ahead and let's see, let's click into this. Let's do this. All right, let's go ahead and give our tier 3 members their shout outs. All right, so again, thank you all so very much for being tier 3 channel members. We got Pipe and Paul, Ken Adlam, Philippa Thompson, Rail Fanning, Jonah. Wow, I'm just tongue tied tonight. All of you are tier 3 channel members. Thank you all so very much. Looking next at our tier 2 channel members. Again, thank all of you so very much. We've got Mark K, Lonnie BYU, Mormons number 1, Raver Time Todd, and Benji 2020. Thank you all so very much. Greatly appreciate every single one of you. Tier 3, tier 2, and of course my tier 1 channel members. Thank all of you as well. I greatly appreciate it. I also want to give a big shout out to all the people who have subscribed to the channel. We have continued to maintain very strong growth here on the channel. We're over 2,900 subscribers. We reached that a couple of days ago, and I couldn't be happier. Thank you all so very much. Let's see. Also want to give a shout out to the channel merch store. I don't have any screenshots to show you today, so we're going to skip over that and go right to the merch store. If you want to help support the channel and you don't want to become a member, why don't not consider getting yourself some channel merch? We got shirts, we got hats, we got pants, we got mugs, we got thermoses, we got pretty much everything there. And we have a few new things that we added to the store. Let me see if I can actually bring those up real fast here, because a couple of them look really, really cool. Let's see. Let's go to this. Do. Let's see. I think. Okay. And if again, I want to thank everybody who's gone through and purchased stuff from the store already. Thank all of you so very, very much. Let's go back to this here. Let's go to this. And, nope, that's not the right one. There we go. And bam. Go check out the merch store here at bddgaming.creator-spring.com. You can see we got all sorts of stuff there. We got this one here, inspired by Ken Adlam. Ken, again, thank you so very much for your inspiration on this. Who has time for that? I have farming to do. Absolutely. We've got all sorts of different stuff there. Like I said, we got stickers, we got mugs, we got a whole bunch. 1.3 gigabytes, 1.3? No! No. Let's see. We got, ooh, here we go. I live for the 4 F's. Faith, family, friends, and farming. So go ahead and check all that stuff out. Again, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let's get back to the actual game itself. Let me close all this stuff down really quickly, just like so. And here we go. So we've got 440,000 liters. Let's find the actual high selling point here. We've got, oh, all spheres and Cotswolds. So let's see. Farm store is $4 below that. Central Gardens is a few below that. Jonah says 1.3. I prefer 1.4. Well, with all the required mods, you get there, bud. You absolutely get there with all the required mods. Let's go to Allsphere. Let's go down there. We're familiar with Allsphere. We'll get a few extra dollars out of it. It'll be a couple of grand's worth. Let's see. How do I get there from here? We'll go this way. And we'll head down the hill. And what's cool is I'll be able to return not only this Fendt, but this trailer as well after all this. And then we can really start hammering out some of the equipment that we need. I've got some equipment, but honestly, we're so kind of in between, like, not even in between, that's not, like, in and out of the series itself, that it'd probably be just a good thing to be able to kind of do a kind of a quick evaluation of what we have here and be able to then figure out what kind of equipment we're going to need going forward, as well as, like I said, I think I'm going to expand. I think we're going to buy some property because we're going to have plenty of money to do so. There's a couple of those fields, like I said, they had barley in both of them. That'd be a good pickup, you know, just to kind of snipe those up. If they're in early growth stages, I can run over them with the tractor and be able to kind of pump them up. You know, get some lime on them, get some fertilizer in them. Okay, nope, it wasn't this one. It was this one here. All right, here we go. Ma'am, let's see what we get. Jackie boy. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Bam. Ah, just short of 2 million. Boo. 832,000 plus 87,000, so a little over $900,000 right there. That's wow, just wow. All right, so let's return. I mean, we've been hanging on to this equipment for a long time. Look at this. Does it tell me how long I've gotten on this? 9.5 hours. I don't think that's maybe that's all mine. Anyways, let's return that. Let's return the Titan. Yes. There we go.
Let's see. Ken says, "Oh, geez, BDD, stop it. You're making me blush." Hey, it's true, though. It's 100% true. All right, there we go. So we got almost all of the leased equipment turned back in. I can... There we go. Let's do that. Let's return that. Let's actually get a new one of those right away, though, so I don't forget about it. This is belts. Yeah, we want the 40 mile an hour, and now let's go back to the shop. Teleport there. There we go. This is so ridiculous to drive. Look at this. This belt going 26 miles an hour. And doesn't even have a first-person view, so I can't even get below the tree line. All right, so we'll get this put back into its home where it belongs. But now we don't have any leased equipment anymore. It's all mine. That's... Oh, man. We have finally crossed, like... that bridge. We're completely out of debt. We're completely outside of the leased equipment. Now it is just completely... It's just completely us. 100%. Like, this is all me. This is great. I'm just... It's awesome. I'm so stoked right now. I don't have to worry about, additional costs over, each additional month and all the leasing stuff and all that. Like, this is fantastic. Turn right here. Ooh, easy. All right, so whoa, easy. All right, just like before. Get this pulled in here. All right. So something like that there. Perfect. All right. So now let's take a look. So we got this one here. This is, whoa, 926,000, but this is like 40 acres almost. Let me visit this. Barley is planted here. There's nothing sprouting. So this is a fresh field. $900,000 for this one. And, oh man, if I bought both of these, that would completely wipe out everything. But they're both, yeah, see, like this one is planted and growing. We would just need to get it up to speed. This would be a ton of barley. An absolute ton. There's a little spot here that's missing for some reason. Yeah, you know what? There. And we still have 500K. That's more than enough. We got a tractor. We've got some basic equipment. Like, what basic equipment do we have? We got the Bednar, the stone picker. That's huge. Let's see. We got that. Got this for fertilizer. That's cool. Okay, we got a plow. Got the trailer, the jackhammer, the bucket. Okay.
So we need to buy a lime and fertilizer spreader. That's the next thing. Let's see. So let me take stock over here because I got a bunch of stuff kind of hanging out here. Is this all? Nope. That is that fertilizer? That is fertilizer. Okay, cool. So I got some fertilizer here. Alright, so what I'm going to do from here, like I said, I'm going to get a fertilizer and lime spreader of some sort. And, oh, wait. Brakes. Purchase soil. Purchase soil. Okay. So now, expected yield 65. pH is bad, nitrogen's bad, which I expected that. That's not a shocker. This one is better though. Nitrogen's perfect. Okay. Good. So this one's in better shape, but not great. All right, so that's a huge expansion right there. Being able to get all of that land. Tons of acres right there. Figured that was what again? That was, let's see, nearly 40 and 20. Oh, hey, tree. Well, I should have been able to predict that. So you're talking 60 acres, give or take. 60 acres, and yeah, it's all barley. So we're going to have tons of barley, which means we're going to have tons of straw. Holy smokes. Now that's cool. That's going to be nice. All right, so, oh, and we got some lime here too. All right, so let's purchase. Let's see, what do we got? I might go with the Colossus here. And just like a normal-ish, you know, the Colossus normal. Let me get a good look at the. Okay, orange top, green side, black fenders, silver wheels. I'm just getting this one because this will be. I'll be able to use lime and fertilizer in this one. In the base one, you can't. So I'd much rather just use this. Okay, something like that. Design. What is the design? That's okay. That's the orange up top. Design color. Oh. Design white. What is that? Okay. That inner rim. Gray. What about light gray? Light gray. There. That looks pretty close to the Amazon right there. I think so.
There. So now... So now basically we got a Amazon that can take lime. That's essentially what this is. It'll throw it out to 42 meters as well. So that's like a little bit of a cheaty kind of thing, but it's not terrible. I don't think, at least. So let's top this off. Bam. Whew, 2,000. Big spender. Alright, so I basically, yeah, not even basically, I own all the fields inside of the road network around the farm there. That's awesome. Okay, from here, let's hop out. Oh yeah, this definitely needs addressed. Actually, here, well, let's... There we go. This is going to take so much. Holy smokes. This is going to take a ton of lime. Look at this. I'm not even one part of one headland in. I've used up more than a quarter. Holy smokes. This is just eating the lime. It's just like, look at that. Just 50%. 50% already cooked. We're not even one side of the entire field. Not one side. Wow. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I just wasted a bunch of lime there. There we go. Well. Wow. Well, thankfully lime is cheap. It'd be what, like $2,500 per fill up here, basically? What was I thinking about not getting an unrealistic capacity? Whose bright idea was that? Jonah, was it your idea? Oh my goodness. Alright, well. Let's get this filled up again. $2,800 per fill up. Alright, well. It's going to take a bit, but we'll get there. Let's see. And then, let's see, it's almost midnight my time. So I'll probably be on for a little bit longer, but this is probably going to be a bit of a shorter stream just because tomorrow is my wife's birthday. So actually here in about 10 minutes, as a matter of fact, it's going to be her birthday. So I need to hop off and get her presents all squared away and, you know, all that stuff. So need to take a... What is that? What are you? What is that? Oh, it's just a bush. Or weed or something. Is that weeds? It is weeds. Huh, that's weird. Very weird. Anyways. And there we go. And bam. Pick it right back up. Nice. But yeah, no, like I was saying, we'll you know, be cutting it off here before too much longer. Once that happens, we'll then be able to you know, hopefully get through the rest of this.
I guess we'll see. We'll see how things go. You know, it might not be a bad idea to get some kind of like auger wagon or something to be able to hold up like more than just what this thing can hold in lime. That might be. But actually, well, no, because I do have that. I do have that one trailer. Or not trailer. I got the John Deere. I got the telehandler. There we go. Those are words. I can get like an auger wagon. I can store a whole bunch of lime in it. Or not even necessarily an auger wagon, but just like a trailer that I could load into this. That might be worth purchasing. We'll see. Let's see. Benji says, sending happy birthday wishes to your wife. I appreciate it, Benji. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be her birthday here. She's already off to bed and whatnot, but I've got some gifts out for her in the car, kind of hiding. I got some actually kind of stacked away over in the corner over there. And she already had like her big gift. She ended up going out with her sister out to Universal and ended up spending pretty much the entire day there. I watched the kids all day so she can go out and have a good time with her sister. They went to like Harry Potter. Her sister and her, they're big fans of Harry Potter and all that stuff. So they wanted to go there and, drink the butter beer and go and have some fun. And I told them, yeah, no, have a good old time. She ended up spending pretty much the entire day out there. My eldest daughter was not happy, to say the least. Whenever she gets upset and she wants, like if she gets upset with one of us, if we tell her no, you can't do Y, she'll sit there and, if I tell her no, she'll start going, mama hug, mama hug, mama hug. And, to kind of be able to get away from me. And then if she upsets her, then it'll be the opposite. Dada hug, dada hug. And she'll just do that. And she'll just kind of try and play one of us off of each other kind of thing. But, yeah, when she had woken up and, she realized that my wife was gone that day, woo, that was not a good way to wake up. She was not happy. But I ended up distracting her, and she was good for the rest of the day. She had no problems. There we go. I'm just blown away how much lime we're just chugging through. Like, this is nuts. Once we get through this, we'll go on to the next field, get that all limed up. Let's see, how's the map looking? Oh, wow, look at that. That's nuts. Ah, darn it. Keep missing the corners. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Now we're getting there. And what's cool is after this, it's all inside passes. Thankfully, we're not that far away from the shop where we're just able to, fill up, come back, fill up, come back. Like, this would stink if I would have had to have bought, like, field 28, like, on the complete opposite side of the map and driving back and forth trying to do this. Oh, my goodness, that would be insane. So, okay, let me take the 20-mile trek back to the shop to fill up. At that point, I would definitely have gotten a auger wagon or something to load all that material into, because that just would not fly. All right, there we go. Lime.
Alright, then head on back. It's like a whole rinse, lather, repeat situation going on right now. There we go. And let's see. Here we go. So, as I was mentioning before about the guests I've had on Farm Sim Talk, that I am having on Farm Sim Talk here going in the future, I want to also give big shout outs to those that I've had here recently, including Rabbit Rob, AF Farms, let's see, who else have I had on? Nacho Cast, let's see, I think those were the big ones. Yeah, I want to thank all of them. I want to thank every one of them here recently who did the show. I had an absolute blast with them. Go check out their channels. I linked them all in the descriptions there on Farm Sim Talk. If you're at all curious about them, like I said, Rabbit Rob, AF Farms, and Nacho Cast, great bunch of guys there. They are, had an amazing I had an amazing time doing the interviews and chatting with them, both not only for the camera but also behind the scenes as well. Had a really good time just getting to know them and getting to talk with them, getting to find out a bit more about who they are, what it is that they do here in the farm sim community. So again, thank all of them very much for participating in the show. And yeah, it's just great bunch of guys, every single one of them. Also, big shout out to Nacho Cast. Nacho, again, thank you so very much. Not only did Nacho do the Farm Sim Talk, but he also made a special guest appearance in Matopiba for episode, was it 10, I think? Let me confirm, because it was the most recent one. Yes, episode 10. So if you want to see a cool little guest appearance there, go check out Nacho Cast on episode 10 there on the roleplay series for Matopiba. Yeah, it was fun to be able to record with him and be able to kind of set up a scenario for him. And yeah, who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll be able to return the favor, kind of thing. So foreshadowing. But no. Great bunch of guys. Go check them out. They deserve, a follow, and likes and all that stuff. Every single one of them. So go check them out. I also want to give a big shout out to Dust Bunny. Big shout out to Dust Bunny. I didn't forget her name. I was just paying attention to what I was doing here. Dust Bunny has been an absolute superstar. She has, not only encouraged me to continue on with the series and do everything I've been doing up until this point, but she has gone out of her way to not only make sure that the show runs smoothly, when she can, but also has, helped out in the background, trying to help me get connected with as many creators as possible here within the Farm Sim community. And if it wasn't for her, I would be just, kind of lashing out. Not even lashing out, that's not the right word, but just kind of flailing about, trying to figure out, okay, who is out there, how do I get a hold of these people, all this stuff. She's helped out in so many different ways. She is an absolute superstar, and she deserves a big, big thank you, from me and really anybody else who comes across her. She's in so many different streams, so many different people's like Discords and all that stuff, that she is just an absolute legend. So give her a big shout out if you come across her. Also want to give a big shout out to Gold Gaming. Here lately, Gold has gone out of his way to give me a whole bunch of shout outs on his streams. Just so happens that
I don't know if it's my ears burning or something like that, but every time I had popped in there here recently, he just has gotten done just talking about me and all that stuff. So again, big shout out to Gold Gaming. If you haven't followed him, go check out his channel. Again, another really awesome guy. Also did a farm sim talk with him a few months ago. Yeah, just again, another legend, has also helped out in regards to farm sim talk, and linking up with various other creators out there and all that stuff. So he deserves a big shout out and a big follow if you don't follow him already. Again, really awesome guy. And we're probably gonna need maybe 2 more fill-ups, I'm guessing. 2 more? What do y'all think? 2 more? And boop. Wow, I cannot believe how much lime we're going through. Seriously, whose idea was it not to get a big old drum on this thing? It had to be Jonah's. I don't remember saying that I don't need big capacities. I don't remember that. I'm just playing, Jonah. Just playing. But no, we got, let's see, that's every bit of 2 more passes. So yeah, I'm guessing maybe even 3 fill-ups, really. We might be able to get to the end of this line with what we have left. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be real close. Jonah, I wasn't listening, but I heard my name. What did I do? Oh, well, it's good to know that you're not paying attention there, Jonah. Oh, no, I was saying, oh goodness, what did I say? What was I laying at your feet? I don't remember. Wow, that's kind of scary. I had it in my head 1 second, now it's gone. What did I just blame you for? I was just joking. At the end of the day, I was just joking. So it was just... Wow. That is borderline terrifying. What was I literally just talking about? Wow. It's gone. It's completely gone. Oh! The lime. Yes. All right, Jonah. Thank you. You jogged my memory. Yes, I was saying I'd gotten this specific spreader because I wanted to be able to use it for lime and fertilizer. But I had said, oh, well, I just won't get a big old drum to it, to where I'll just hold the normal amount of literage in it. And then I blamed you, saying, oh, well, you must have talked me out of it or something like that. It was just, like I said, just jokes. Samuel says, happy birthday, good great wish. Yes, it is officially my wife's birthday, so gonna be like I said, gonna finish off these couple of fields in both the liming, potentially the fertilizing as well. Gonna try to get that one done as well. I'd be interested in seeing if I can... Oh wait, that's the wrap. That's the wrap that's over in that field there. That's so weird. I don't know why it does that. That is so weird. Looks like maybe... Actually, it looks like maybe 2 more lines. Huh. Bam, there we go. Yeah, definitely 2 more lines. Dang. Oh, well. Let's see. Jonah says, I'm not on Friday yet. I'm still on Thursday. It's Central Time. Yes. So you are just a little bit behind. You're living in the past there, sir. Oh, my goodness. Tell you what, if I go to the gas station, I'll get you the lotto numbers. I just asked that you cut me in on 10%. I guess a finder's fee. Oh my goodness. Ken is the one who lives furthest into the future, and he is still yet to share his findings. Must say, Ken, I'm a little disappointed. All right, let's see. I'm thinking one more trailer full after this. That's what I'm thinking. One more. Let's see. What's the lottery ticket for Friday? I mean, that's a good question there, sir. That is a real good question. Like I said, if I go to the gas station, I'll let you know. Let's see. Let's go get connected over here. Yes. Oh no! I missed them! No! This is unacceptable. There we go. Let's try that again. Oh yeah, that's looking good. That's looking real good. So what's so weird about precision farming this go around is how the entire spread width is not consistent.
Ralph Fanning Jonah donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Do it in reverse.
Jonah with a $1.99 super chat says, do it in reverse. Jonah, I don't even know how that would even be possible. Like, are you saying to literally just drive in reverse to finish this off? Is that what you're saying? All right, no, that's not gonna work. Oh my goodness, Jonah, you're just making me waste lime. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh, no, stop. Will you stop? Oh my goodness. Jonah, what are you doing to me, bud? What are you doing to me? All right, you know what? I'm sorry, Jonah. I'm going to have to respectfully decline because I do have to start hopping off here soon. So I've got to get this finished, bud. I appreciate the super chat, though. I really do. Do it in reverse. How do you all come up with this stuff? I meant turn the tractor around? Like what? Like, hold on. Are you talking like this? Like hook this up to the front? Is that what you're saying? Oh, hey. Joni, you're fired. All right, hold on. So you're talking like this, and then just kind of tow it around like this. Is this what you're talking about? I mean, yes. Okay. Okay. So this I'll be able to handle. This I can do. I'm gonna be a little slower, but we'll get there. This isn't one of those tractors that pivots around, does it? No. Okay. I'm not seeing the rotate or whatever it's called where I'd be able to face the front. Ooh, listen to that transmission scream. 20 miles an hour in reverse. Sounds like something you would do in a rental car. It's all those what if scenarios, you know? You You ever come on now? Let's all be truthful. Let's be honest here right now. Who here has rented a car and did the what ifs? Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I know I have. And if you don't know what the what ifs are, the what ifs are those things that you would do in something that you don't own to figure out, well, what if I, oh dear. What if I decide to drive in reverse at 20 miles an hour and then try and slam it into park? Now, come on. Everybody out there, be honest with me. Have you ever done the what ifs? What if I pretend I'm in a NASCAR race and start, at 50 miles an hour, start, warming up the tires? What if I... What are some other stupid things I've done in my lifetime? Allegedly. Allegedly. Not saying that I did any of this stuff. I'm just saying that these are examples. Brady, how's it going, Brady? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Oh, I was just given a $1.99 super chat from Jonah to drive this in reverse to finish off this portion of the field. Goodbye, transmission. LOL. Yes. Yeah, that's it exactly. Oh my goodness. All right, cool. So it does work. I wonder if I can actually link this up. So something like that. Oops. Okay. You can connect to the GPS in reverse. All right, cool. There we go. Easy button. There you go, Jonah. Rabbit Rob, how's it going? Your ears must have been burning there, bud. I was literally just talking about you just a few seconds ago. Jonah says, while driving in Texas today, I found a road with a 75 mile an hour speed limit. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know that's pretty common up in the north there for Michigan there. Especially up in the UP, because I mean, there's nothing around. There's literally nothing around, so they're like, meh, what are you gonna hurt? All right, there you go, Jonah. We finished out that field. Rabbit Rob says, oh, really? LOL. Yes. Yep, I absolutely was. Nothing but good things. Nothing but good things. I was thanking you for, hopping onto the stream last night. And I was encouraging people to go check you out on your channel. So just, you know what? We're just going to do that. And... okay, so I think... will this actually lay down more lime? I don't know if it will or not. Oh, it will. Okay, cool. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. Nice. Yeah, it's laying down a ton more lime. But yeah, no, I was just encouraging people to go check you out and hopping in and thanking you again for, joining me on the stream the other night. Had an absolute blast with you. Let's see. And let's see. He says, just hopped in. How are you doing? How are you all doing? I'm doing fantastic. Doing absolutely fantastic. I'm actually getting ready to hop off here before too much longer. I want to finish off these fields and get them up and running with the lime and fertilizer, so that way I can, kind of go from here. I just bought fields 6 and 7. They're loaded with barley, so gonna put them to good use for the farm there. But it's my wife's birthday today, so I've got to, wrap gifts and all that stuff. So she's now in bed, and I told her I was going to be, streaming and all that stuff. But I got a few small things that I need to, put together for her and, do all that stuff. So that is what's going on here. Let's see. Get a few more. Oh my goodness. Jonah, look what you did to me. Oh my goodness. Ooh, Jonah. Jonah is trying to take me out while on vacation. I'll show that BDD. Let's see. Let's see. Jonah says, and I've already seen some trains since arriving in Texas. Nice. That's awesome, bud. Rob says, I appreciate that, sir. I thank you for the opportunity to chat and do an interview. It was fun. Oh, no problem. No problem. It's my pleasure. Had an absolute blast with you. And it also says, happy birthday to the wife. Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. I will absolutely let her know that everybody is wishing her a happy birthday out there from my audience to her. She'll be tickled. But I think tomorrow the plan is to hang out with her for the day. I think we're gonna, potentially do go eat out for dinner or something like that. Something that she's been wanting to do for a while now is kind of go out and explore the new town that we live in. See if she can find any good. I have a feeling she's gonna be like, can we go and find a sushi joint? And I think she's gonna spring that one on me. We'll see. We'll see how she does it, but. That I think is what she's going to do. All right, let's get this back up and running. Ooh, I got hiccups. And then on. All right, turn it on a little bit early, but that's all right. And turn. All right, now we're getting there. There is clearly lime already on this field, yet for some reason it's... See, it's only in the tracks, though. I just noticed that. It's only in the tram lines. That's weird. That's the only bugger, is that I think both of these fields are going to have tram lines in them, and it's going to reduce the yield out of them. But that's also why I'm throwing down the lime fertilizers, to be able to get that, up just a little bit. All right, there it is. Oh, there's Jackie boy. Getting comfy again there, buddy? You getting comfy? So, funny story about these two. So, that bed that they're laying on is actually my father's, his old dog. Before he passed, it was his bed. He ended up giving it over to me after his dog passed, and he was a big Saint Bernard. So you can see it's a pretty hefty sized bed. And these two will hang out in my office throughout the day when I'm working and all that stuff. Because the kids, we don't keep them separated, but we only let them all kind of commingle when we're not being distracted with work and stuff like that. And, don't want the kids to go wandering over and go land on the dogs or something like that, and we don't see it happen and all that stuff. And I don't fear about these two dogs. They're sweet as can be, so it's not anything like that. But it's just one of those that no need to torture the dogs in any undue way, kind of thing with the kids. So I started keeping them here after we moved and put this bed in here. And the dogs looked at me like, well, WTF, Dad, what's going on? Why is there only one bed? Kind of thing. And this room is significantly smaller than where I was originally. In the old house, the recording area that I had was basically an entire living room, and then my office was the attached sunroom kind of thing. And it was one of those where both rooms were relatively large, and I would leave the two rooms, because they were connected to each other, I'd leave them open. We'd still kind of separate them out, the kids from the dogs throughout the day, but they had multiple beds, multiple couches that they could lay on, and they can kind of keep away from each other, kind of thing, both of them. It's not that they don't get along, it's just they don't tend to want to be right on top of each other, but I don't have that option here in this new space. And the first day when I brought them in, to come hang out and whatnot, and give them some, break from the kids, they basically both look up at me, and they're like, well, what the heck is this? Where's an additional bed, kind of thing, especially the little guy here, because, she will just kind of flop down wherever. She doesn't care. But him, he's the princess. He'll sit there and, turn his nose up to certain beds and certain things. And it's rather funny because she's so indiscriminate that she will actually go into his bed that's out in the living room over here. And this thing is only as big as he is. It's a really small bed. But she'll kick him out of it so she can then go to it and curl up into a tight little ball and pass out, like she is kind of like she laying there right now. She'll just kind of wind herself up and then just kind of, boom, she's on this little itty bitty bed kind of thing. And he'll get upset and then just go kind of pout off in the corner, because, big sister kicked him out kind of thing. So it's quite funny how they kind of sit there and interact with each other and whatnot. It's quite funny. But I have to, not yell, but I have to, let her know, like, hey, that's not yours or whatnot all the time, and kick her off of it and all that stuff, because she's got an additional bed out there as well. So it's not like she has to go and lay on that bed because it's the only thing for either of them to lay on. There's a couple of beds out there, and there's a couch out there that they can lay on, kind of thing. So I don't know why she decides, like, nope, this is mine now. It's probably because he's laying there peacefully and having a good old sleep, and all of a sudden she comes wandering up and she kind of bats at it with her paw. It's like, hey, move. I'm bigger than you. And then he gives me the look of, why did you have to bring her home? Or actually more like, why did Auntie have to bring her home? Because I didn't have a choice in it there. I said it was okay for her to do it one day. One day. Then the very next day, a few hours after we talked, here she is. And eventually, as you can tell, she turned into our dog. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Where was I? Jonah says, Spring, was that supposed to be a sushi joke involving a spring roll? Let's see. Brady says, I love watching your talk show. Looking forward to being on it at some point. Absolutely there, Brady. I'm in the midst of a scheduling frenzy here, so definitely will be reaching out to you here before too much longer there, bud. Absolutely. Ken says, yes, have that credit card on standby, LOL. Oh, that credit card is frozen in a block of ice in the freezer, like, do not disturb, break in case of emergency kind of thing. Like, nah. No, credit cards are not my friend at all. Benji says, that sounds like Alvin disturbing Benji. It's hilarious how these two, like, will just sit there. Like, he just wants to be left alone. He's very standoffish at times. It's only here in the past, like, 5-ish years, give or take, that he's kind of mellowed out and is willing to let people like touch him or be by him and stuff. Um, and he's a daddy's boy. He is absolutely a daddy's boy, because he'll come up to me when it's time for bed, and he'll like start like bumping into my leg, like hey, it's time for bed, kind of thing. And I'll go let them outside and let them do their business before taking them off to bed. And then we go out to bed, and I pick him up and I carry him into the bed, plop him down. He'll go and kind of bat at the blankets and all that stuff until I lay down. And then once I lay down and cover up, he then like nuzzles up with his nose to kind of root underneath the blankets to then establish his spot. And then he'll just kind of like slink right up into like the nook behind my leg, kind of thing. There we go, and pow. Yeah, so that's his spot. And he originally tried when he was, kind of insisting he wanted to be in the bed. He tried to sleep with my wife, like on her side of the bed. But my wife is so all over the place. When she sleeps, she'll roll and like kind of splay out and all that stuff. It's actually quite funny. But but he learned very quickly, like, nope, it's dangerous to be on mommy's side of the bed. So he stopped doing that really quickly. Oh my goodness. And it's funny because I went into our bedroom the other day, and my youngest daughter, was sitting there in her playpen sleeping, and I'd gone in there and I looked at her and like, you know what? You are your mother's daughter. I literally was just dumbfounded with how she was laying there, because it looked like she was almost like she was sitting up and then just eventually passed out, because she was basically sitting like, if I was sitting in a chair, if you or I were sitting in a chair and had our legs just straight out, she'd basically tucked her leg back into like the crook of her knee, and then fell face first forward and is kind of hunched over like her lap, kind of thing. It was like, okay, you are absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, your mother's daughter, 100%. I walk in and see her sleeping, like, and she's dead asleep, like dead asleep. Like there's nothing that's gonna disturb her. She's a really heavy sleeping baby, so you can literally just walk in, start having a full blown conversation, and she's none the wiser. She does not care. Okay, sorry about that. I thought I heard something and it sounded like a person or sounded like somebody was talking. No, it's Sunshine snoring. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we got all sorts of shenanigans going on here. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the fertilizing portion of this. More than likely, that's going to have to wait until the next live stream. But we got a ton of stuff accomplished here tonight. An absolute ton. And I couldn't be happier with it. Now, what I will do is I will finish up with the liming. But what I'm going to have to do after that is I'm going to have to take this tractor, fill it up with fertilizer, and park it out by the field so I don't forget what I'm doing to those fields. Because, we go days, several days in between, doing these live streams here. And if I go too long, I forget. I completely forget what it is I was doing beforehand. And typically I have to hop on maybe about 10, 15 minutes before going live. It's like, okay, what does the map look like? And trying to remind myself what it was I was doing on the last episode or the last kind of live stream kind of thing. So yeah, needless to say, if I don't set up like the fertilizer and all that stuff before leaving, I'm going to forget. I'll forget. Even if I came back tomorrow, it's like, what was I doing then? And then I'll have to go on to like the replay and sit there and like, okay, just fast forward, and okay, that's where it ended. And it shows me doing X, Y, and Z, hoping that it jogs my memory. Let's see. Next, I think it's this one. Yeah, it looks like it's this one. And bam. Nice. Nice. Let's see. Let's stop real quick and catch up with the chat because I see there's a few here. Let's see. Let's see. Ken says, can anyone guess what the most expensive day of the year is? Ken says, answer, the other half birthday. The other half's birthday. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Like I said, she, for her, birthday gift, this was like her big gift, quote unquote. She ended up going to Universal, like I said earlier. And she went out there with her sister and hung out and had like basically the entire day to herself and her sister to go drink butterbeer and, ride the rides and all that stuff. But it was just one of those, it ain't cheap. It wasn't cheap for her to go and do that. So, but she had fun. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all that matters to me, is that she had fun and all that stuff. I took care of the kids all day, and, we had good times. So, and I'm certainly, not going to complain that I get to spend, a little quality time with the kiddos. So we had a good time together. It was actually funny because earlier today, I took the kids to Walmart, and left my wife here, to kind of do her own thing. She had to, work on some stuff here at the house. And I'm like, well, if you want, I'll just take both the kids with me and, kind of go from there. And she's like, yes, that'd be amazing. Can you do that? And it's like, yeah, I'll take kids. So we go running up to the store, and my youngest daughter, she's sitting in the cart, but my oldest daughter, she's getting like really kind of independent, where she wants to walk around and hold on to the cart and all that stuff. But her version of, push the cart, that's what she says, is push the cart, dad, push the cart, push the cart. Aw, man. Look how close we were. Boo. Oh, right there. Right there. It was so close. Ugh, that's annoying. Anyways, so she'll say push the cart, which basically just means she wants to hold on to the cart and kind of walk next to it. Well, she's getting to a point where she's getting like really almost too independent, where she's wanting to like wander off because she sees something. And, me pushing the cart, having her younger sister strapped to it and all that stuff, it gets to be a little much. So she's running around the store and she's like, oh, toys. And she sees like the balls, like the like all stacked up in the column, like all Walmarts have them. She goes running over to that, and she's trying to pull the balls out of the column and all that stuff, but she doesn't understand that they don't fit through the little slats, and you only got the one little, opening that you can get the balls out of. It was rough. It was a rough trip, but at the end of the day, she had fun. As she always does. She's just a whoa. All right, that's going to be more than enough. More than enough. Oh! Got that a little too close. Let's see. Samuel says, hey, BDD, P.O. Box address. So right now I still don't have one. I have not been able to go and set that up just yet. And just not sure when or if I'm going to set that up right away. The post office that's, relatively close by right now is still like 15 minutes down the road and all that stuff. So it's just just not sure. Like every time I go to try and like set it up, kind of thing, it just I get distracted. I get working on something else, and it's like, oh, I'll do it another day. I'll do it another day. I just haven't gotten to it, but I apologize. One of these days, I will be putting the PO box back up. It's just when. It's just a matter of when. All right, so. Okay, right there. Perfect. All right, so this field is done. So let's go dump this stuff out over at the main farm, and then from there, I can load up what fertilizer I have over there, and then be able to go from there. Let's see. The gate open. The gate is open. All right, cool. I guess I could have cut right through that field there too, because it's not out of the first stage of growth where I'm not going to damage the crops. All right, so from here, pull in. There. Look at all that. And boop. There we go. Let's see. Samuel says good. Okay. Now see, what's funny is the way that the fertilizer works compared to the lime is I'd probably be able to fill this entire cart up and I'd get both fields done with only one cart full. The amount of difference there is between the two products and how it spreads it all out is ridiculous. All right, here we go. So now we'll get over here. Back over to this field. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop out and... Oh, here, there's an entrance right there. I saw it. There. Now, oh yeah, look at that. pH is good. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, we got barley that's growing. What's weird is it's saying weed. It's even saying I got weeds in this corner of the field over here? That's weird. Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah. Look at that. There's tons of it over here. What happened here? That is... Huh. Okay, well... What I need to do is... Just to make sure I don't forget... I'll spit out just a bit. Alright, just like that. So next time when I come on, we'll be good to go. Yeah, look at that. We went from expected yield, I think it was like in the 60%. Now it's in the almost 90s. Like, look at that. Even just adding the lime, we were up to 74. I'm pretty sure it was like 68% or something like that. It was really, really low. Really low. Simon says, soon time, 12 a.m. at Mississippi. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are... we're actually approaching 1 o'clock my time. Let's see, Ken says, I use a fertilizer trailer with the drop boom on it. Oh yeah, no, that's a good trailer too. I like that one. Let's go ahead and turn this off. And yeah, I think this is going to be a good spot to leave it. Oh, I love the ground deformation on this. It looks so good. Oh man, but again, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and hanging out tonight. I do apologize for the kind of technical difficulties that were being had. I'm not certain as to what's going on and why that's happening. Hopefully that is not going to be an issue going into the future, but we shall see. I haven't had that kind of experience yet, but we'll see. Worst case scenario, that's going to be something I'm going to have to figure out and take care of in the future to make sure that it doesn't keep on happening. But I want to thank everybody coming out tonight, and I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, let me go here. Please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing the shows. You're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.